All right, everybody. Today I am going to look at some of my old YouTube content from 2008. 2008 was a very special year because that's sort of when I really started doing videos regularly, not necessarily professionally, but regularly. And for the whole 2008 year, I was shooting on this little point and shoot camera. It was really just for digital photos, but it had a little video feature, and the videos it produced were these AVI files that were basically completely useless. The quality was lower than standard definition. If I even tried to raise the resolution a little bit, it would get really blocky and just gross, and the audio was absolute garbage. But some very special content was created in that era. And recently, as in this morning, I actually found all of my old archives for those videos. I archived everything to optical discs, so CD, DVD, Blu-ray, not as NTSC, like viewable on a Blu-ray player, but as data discs. So I would do these massive data dumps onto the discs and use the discs kind of like you would use floppy disks or thumb drives, but where once it was written, that was it. And that's how everything was stored. And so all morning, I've been moving all of that data off the disks and onto an actual hard drive so that I could give them a view. And today, I'm giving them a view. And it's like really weird. And I'm kind of nervous. Just so there's no interference from an audio standpoint, I've got my headphones. So what should I watch first? I know. Let me look for it first. Okay. This is a video called Boston. I'll give you the context afterwards. Okay, so I have here an article from today's edition of AM New York, dated today, Monday, April 14th, 2008, called Bomber's Curse Unearthed. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I remember that.
A Boston Red Sox jersey was buried at the new stadium for the New York Yankees by one of the construction workers under a whole shitload of concrete because he was trying to hex the Yankees. First off, I have to commend that worker. Fuck the Yankees. I love the Red Sox. Go Red Sox. He's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of legal trouble, that is. And I guess the judge has ordered him to sit under the bleachers for an entire season or something like that. Fuck you, you fucking judge prick. Who the fuck you think you are? The Yankees are a bunch of fucking hacks and they deserve the curse. I just want to say that I really enjoy reading stuff like this. It's good to see there's some Boston fans out there with balls. You know, I've known a lot of Yankee fans in my lifetime, and they all turn out to be assholes. It's good to see a Boston fan who's a fucking asshole. Do you know any Boston fans who are fucking assholes? What the fuck are you doing, man? If you know of any Boston fans who are fucking assholes, what the fuck did I tell you? You fucking prick. Then let me know. Because I don't know anybody else other than this guy who's a Boston fan and is a fucking asshole. Hey! Turn that fucking shit off right now!
Okay, so what this was a the beginning of what was going to be a recurring character that I don't know how to describe what it was supposed to be, but that's definitely not my personality because one, I don't give a shit about sports. Two, I don't give a shit about sports rivalries. But I do remember that the first person I sent that to after I uploaded it to YouTube was my former manager at the Virgin Megastore. His name was Kevin Seymour. So he was a big Yankees fan, and I used to give him jive for it, even though I never cared. Even though I never cared about sports, for some reason I just loved giving him jive for it. And man, this video blew up. This was one of my first YouTube hits. Before that, it was the Long Island Project teaser. Then it was this, a few years later. And I remember 2 or 3 days after that went live, it had thousands of views. And I went into a store on Fifth Avenue and somebody who worked there recognized me from that video. And I was so weirded out by it that I actually pulled it down, because I was simultaneously trying to build a production company. And I didn't want to be known for that. I wanted to be known for being a professional filmmaker and all that. But in retrospect, I should have just kept the thing up and kept building onto it. Because one of the things I wanted to do is build a recurring character that's kind of a fictionalized version of myself, where I'm kind of rude and brusque, and any qualities that I'm talking about on camera, I'll embody those qualities. So I'm talking about a rude Red Sox fan, right? And then immediately I start being rude to nothing. There was nothing going on outside the camera for me to actually be yelling at. But that was really, that's so cool that I found that too. And man, I've been holding it in all day so that I could watch it. So now it's on YouTube again because I just responded to it. And I think this is the better format for it, because at least I can give it some context, because some of these I do remember people took a lot of them very seriously, as if the things I was saying were true, as if it was really me. And this is more like the vibe that it should be. Just me just looking back on these skits I was doing and thinking fondly about them. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this one. And I'm going to do a few more, but I'm going to split them up and upload them at separate times just to space them out. So look for the next one. Thanks.